اللهم صل على الحبيب محمد يا رب صل عليه وسلم.
بسم الله الذي لا إله سواه الواحد الأحد الفرد الصمد الذي لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين وصحابته الصالحين الغر الميامين ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين، آمين. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله طب القلوب ودوائها وعافية الأبدان وشفائها ونور الأبصار والبصائر وضيائها. There was a time, a long time ago, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ennobled the human being by commanding that his most beautiful and illuminated creatures bow down to my father and your father, Adam alayhi salam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَإِذَا سَوَّيْتُهُ وَنَفَخْتُ فِيهِ مِنْ رُوحِي فَقَعُوا لَهُ سَاجِدِينَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded the angels, and Allah said, when I have fashioned him, Adam alayhi salam, and when I have breathed into him of my spirit, then prostrate all of you to him. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded the angels to prostrate to Adam alayhi salam, not when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala formed him and gave him a body, but rather, as the ayah teaches us, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him the ruh, gave him the spirit, gave him the spiritual consciousness. At that point, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala conferred and graced upon Adam alayhi salam that instrument, that spiritual instrument of a ruh, at that point did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala command the angels to fall in submission and prostration to our father Adam alayhi salam, and then by extension all of us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaches us from the dua of our father Ibrahim alayhi salam, when he supplicates to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and he says, وَلَا تُخْزِنِي يَوْمَ يُبْعَثُونَ, please do not disgrace me on the day in which they shall all be raised. يَوْمَ لَا يَنْفَعُ مَالٌ وَلَا بَنُونَ, on that day no wealth, no children, no power, no resources will benefit. إِلَّا مَنْ أَتَى اللَّهَ بِقَلْبٍ سَلِيمٍ, except the one who comes to Allah, who journeys to Allah, who arrives to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with a qalb, with a heart that is salim, that is sound, that is pure, that is purified, that is healthy, that is clean, that is beautiful. This heart that when conferred upon Adam alayhi salam, the angels were ordered to prostrate before him. Ibrahim alayhi salam teaches us in this text that the only thing that matters for you and me is that I must arrive to my Lord with a qalb that is salim. Salim, as you know, as many of you know, is an adjective, but is an adjective in an emphatic and intensive form. Not salim, but salim. Meaning, on that day, the only thing that will benefit me is if I bring to Allah Azza wa Jal my heart that is in a state of permanent health. Salim, an intensification of salim. That indicates, that form, fa'il, indicates towards something that is a permanent attribute, a permanent characteristic, a steady state. That heart is what is intended by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for me to attain in life. And nothing will benefit me of power, of wealth, of children, of status, of degree, of job, of social mobility, of ethnicity, of identity, of gender, of age. Nothing will benefit me except the state of my qalb, except the state of my heart, and not any state. A state of my heart that is in salama, in peace, in security, in health, in soundness, that is permanent and in a steady state. And how is it that all of life is reduced to my qalb? Because the ayah indicates that all of life, everything in life, all that I am, all the years that I spend, all the relationships that I have, all the words I utter, all the actions that I do, everything of my accomplishments, all the breaths that I take, all the beats of my heart, everything of those 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years is all only about the state of my qalb. Is it in salama or not? How come everything is reduced to my qalb? Because, my dear brothers and sisters, my qalb is everything for me. My qalb is everything for me. My qalb is the instrument through which I know right and wrong. My qalb is the instrument through which I perceive good and bad, ethical and unethical, moral and immoral. It is an organ of spiritual cognition. That is one of the functions of my qalb in our Islamic tradition. I don't see and understand good and bad with my mind. I understand it at the level of ethics, of morality with my qalb. The idrak, the perception of my qalb. That is one faculty of my heart. Number two, my feelings. I don't feel with my mind, I don't feel with my brain, I don't feel with my limbs. I feel with the spiritual organ of my qalb, of my heart. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I have a good heart. I have a heartfelt emotion. The heart, the spiritual heart, is where I feel and I experience. And number three, my heart is the place of my will, my irada, my resolution, my resolve, my wanting, my strength, my inner momentum. The residence of that is my qalb. Number one, my spiritual perception, my normative, my ethical, my moral perception. Number 2, my experience, my feeling, my emotion. And number 3, my will, my resolve, my resolution. My heart is my everything. My heart is the way I know, the way I feel, the way I will. And that is why Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam, he teaches us in a text, ألا وإن في الجسد مضغة إذا صلحت صلح الجسد كله وإذا فسدت فسد الجسد كله ألا وهي القلب. Says he sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, certainly, verily, truly, harf tanbih, to wake us and to shake us. Listen, know, in your constitution, in your body, there is an entity. If that entity, إذا صلحت, if it is sound, if it is healthy, صلح الجسد كله, all of you is sound. All of you, the way I talk, the way I do, the way I articulate, the way I think, the way I reason, all of me is good. وَإِذَا فَسَدَتْ, and if that organ is corrupted, then all of me, kul, and he emphasized that, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, إِذَا فَسَدَتْ فَسَدَ الْجَسَدُ كُلُّهُ, all of it, in every dimension of my being, material, psychological, mental, intellectual, all of that is corrupted. And then he said, again with this harf tanbih, ala, to remind us, to shake us, to wake us. Ala wa hiya al-qalb, it is your, my, our heart. Ala wa hiya al-qalb. My heart, your heart, is the gift of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to me, to you, through which we know. And if I don't know, if I see good as bad or bad as good, if I have doubts, if I have a lack of certainty, if I'm inclined to accept values that are alien from my tradition, if I don't see truth as truth, where is the locus of the problem? My qalb. If I don't feel, if I'm in a relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that is formalistic, ritualistic, dry, hollow, unmoving, frozen, if I don't feel love for Him, if I don't feel love for His beloved sallallahu alayhi wasallam, if I don't feel fear for Him, if I don't feel awe for Him, hope in Him, longing for Him, desire for Him, whether I am in ibadah or not, in my salah, in my dua, in my Quran, in my day-to-day living, if I don't have that emotional relationship and connection to Him, where is the fault? My qalb. And if I don't have the desire to seek Him, if I can't muster the strength to do something which is obligatory and fard, or something which is very recommended, if I can't find in me the inner momentum, the inertia, the strength, the resolve to do something which I must do or should do, or if I find in me difficulty in staying away from that which I should stay away from, if I find difficulty to restrain my thumb from pressing a button or typing on a keyboard or typing something on my phone that Allah does not love, that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would be hurt if he knew and does know what I do, because he is informed by Allah Azza wa Jal, as our texts teach us. If I don't have the strength not to move my fingers, not to do something which is prohibited, that strength or lack thereof is a problem where? In my qalb. Because very importantly, the functions of the qalb are those three: to know, to feel, and to will. If I was only a pure qalb, that would be wonderful. If I only had in my identity a qalb, that would be perfect. I would be angelic. But I don't. In order for my free will to be real, in order to be tested, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created in me as well a nafs, a lower self. And that nafs, that lower self, has carnal attachments, attachments to the world, to worldly things, and it has ideological attachments. The former are shahawat, the latter are ahwa. These are the inclinations of this lower self of mine. Shahwa, carnal attachments of eating, of drinking, of intimacy, of entertainment, of attachment to things. And ahwa, ideas, thoughts, philosophies, notions that are not in congruence with the guidance of wahi. This nafs challenges my qalb. This nafs veils my qalb. This nafs suffocates, shackles, fetters my qalb. This nafs is the greatest idol in me. This nafs is the greatest idol in me, and when I obey my nafs, those tendencies, either carnal or ideological, that are not what Allah loves, every time I do that, I build up attachments. I feed the wrong, I feed the wolf. I feed the wrong aspect of me with that which is prohibited, by that which is detested. And soon, if you think of this as a metaphor, the nafs becomes stronger because my diet is an improper diet, is a non-nourishing, non-nutritious diet, and that nafs becomes stronger and stronger and stronger, and it controls, dominates, suffocates my qalb. It veils it. And therefore, Islamic spirituality is all about purifying my lower self and freeing my heart. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ تَزَكَّى. Truly successful is the one who tazakka, purifies their nafs, separates their nafs from strangulating their qalb, in order that the qalb can know truth, feel truth, and seek truth. Ibn Ata'illah rahimahullah, may I take 2 minutes? Jazakumullah khair. It says stop, stop, stop. Stop. Ibn Ata'illah, in conclusion, he says in one of his beautiful spiritual aphorisms, he says, جعلك في العالم المتوسط بين ملكه وملكوته ليعلمك قدر جلالتك وأنت جوهرة تنطوي عليها أصداف مكوناته. He says, Allah has made you in an intermediate space between the visible world, the material world, and the unseen world. In order, He has made you a creation that straddles material world and the unseen world. Why? In order to show you your sublime stature, jalala qadratik, to show you jalalata qadarik, to show you your sublime stature, your noble status. Wa anta, and that you are a jawhara, you are a gem, you are a pearl. You were meant to be a pearl with your qalb. And that pearl is served by the two shells, the shells of the material world and the shells of the world of the unseen. Everything in creation was meant to serve me. Allah created the world, the universe, everything in it with its laws to serve me, subjugated them for me. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the unseen world of Jannah for me as well. And the angels, to go back to our beginning, were asked to bow down to me, creatures of light, of the purest light, the purest perception, the purest experience, the purest will, were ordered to bow down to me and pray for me and serve me, the angel of rain, the angel of sustenance. So He has made me, you, a pearl, jawharatun, a pearl, and covered that pearl in service with the material existence and the unseen existence, so that they would serve you and not you serve them. I'm not meant with my heart to attach my heart in service of created things. I'm not meant to attach my heart in service of the unseen creation. I'm meant with my heart to connect it to the Lord of the seen and the unseen, the visible and the invisible, this world and the next. And in that process of connecting my heart to Him, of purifying my heart for Him, subhanahu wa ta'ala, I will realize my nature to be a pearl, to be a pearl, to be a pearl of the Quran. May Allah Azza wa Jal not deprive us to know and to seek and to strive to realize our full potential and to be one of His jewels, to be pearls of Him. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.